Hi, today is January 29th. We're taking a look at Apple. Right now it's just after 1 o'clock Eastern Time. They report after the bell tonight. I'm sure most of you are pretty well aware of where things are at with Apple right now, but for those who are not quite sure, it's hanging here in a cluster trying to stay above, keep its head above water, at least try and hold itself above its 10 and 20-day simple moving averages. And if it reports well tonight, it's going to break out and try to recapture its 50-day simple moving average, which is at 164, and that really rhymes well with the 80 handle rule. Because if it can recapture and hang on to 164, it'll work its way back to 180, and there's a gap straight up ahead at entering into 180 or so. It's really like at the high 170s, but getting it back to 180 would take it right back to about here, right about the midpoint between the 50-day and where the 100 and the 200-day simple moving averages are. Now, this really and truly is a death cross that's happening. We've seen one going on for quite some time in the S&P 500, but at least on the S&P 500, the 200-day is slightly rising. Well, here on Apple, they're both curled over and they're both falling. So that truly is a death cross that's about to thread through with the 100 and the 200-day simple moving averages. So if Apple does not report well tonight, it's probably going to bust down through 142, and at minimum, it's going to test this uptrend that comes at it from off of the May 2016 low. If it really wants to wipe things out tonight, it being the market, there is a huge, huge gap sitting open here that goes back to January of 2017. So if I back the chart out just a little bit here to show you what I'm talking about, I'm sorry that my system operates a little slow when the market is open, and I've got this QuickTime application open. Here's this big gap, big, gigantic gap you could drive a truck through from the earnings report in January from 2 years ago. So it would be sort of like round tripping itself all the way back here. I would see that as the worst case scenario. That would probably get a lot of funds interested and brought into the stock if it got that down, get down that far and that close to $100 flat. Of course, it can always keep going. It could go to 100. It could go all the way down here and test this 3-year low at 89.47. And that as well would rhyme with the 80 handle rule. If it breaks 100, it's probably going to go to an 80 handle. So anyway, I hope that helps you out and gives you some sort of an idea. Like I said, either we're going to be seeing 165 or so and have it gravitate towards 180, or we're going to break down, retest 142, and hit this trend line. Or, of course, I suppose if all of the bad news is baked into the cake already and they're just going to come out of the gate and just be flat tomorrow, then this sort of average place that we've seen the price holding over the last few days would hold. Or we can also look at a halfway back for 2018. So far right now, 2019, I mean. So far right now, it looks like the opening day for 2019, the high 158.85. Once again, a little shy of the 160 handle and the 80 handle rule. That's the high for 2019. If we add that to 142 and divide by 2, I bet you we get something right in the middle here, like around 150. So if it's going to just sort of satisfy nobody who's out of the money long and nobody who's out of the money short, then it'll just hold around 150 tonight. And that rhymes very well with the 20-day simple moving average. And when I get in super close here, and that's me. Here is your 10-day at 155, and here is your 20-day at 153. Okay, I hope that helps you out and gives you an idea of what's going to go on with Apple tonight. Good luck and good trading on that. I have no position. I'm just watching.